Greetings, everyone. Shiv here. Okay, so we got great fucking news. After like some technical difficulties with the Heroes of the Storm portion of Blizzard's PAX East panel, we finally got to what everybody has been waiting for, the biggest news for Hearthstone. And some of it I kind of predicted, some of it a lot of people predicted, to be perfectly honest, and some not so much. There were a lot of, whiffs in there. So that's fine. So we're going to take a look at some of what we got. I actually took fucking notes, people. I've got like 2 pages of this shit. All right? Took notes. All right. So let's get to it. First of all, before we get to any of the Blackrock Mountain awesomeness that there is, let's cover a couple things. One, mobile phones. Congratulations. You're getting the game here soon. It looks pretty legit. Awesome. Fine. I don't care for mobile phones, so fuck it. I'm not even going to waste my time with that. All right. Now, Blackrock Adventure is confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. It is very confirmed. There's going to be 5 wings. Okay, I was wrong on that one. It was good speculation, though. All right. 5 wings confirmed, but 17 bosses. So that means 2 of the wings, you're probably looking at 4 bosses, which, pretty legit, to be honest with you. You're looking at 31 cards. 31. So you take out the 9 mandatory class cards, right? That's 22 cards. Now, each wing, you always get a legendary. That's 5 right there. That means the rest are neutrals of variety and different degrees. Now, we also might see another kind of, Fugan Stalag thing in there. It's possible. I can think of a couple, but it's possible. So that's kind of cool. We also got to take a look at some other stuff, like certain cards and all that. And we're going to cover that here shortly. Dragon Synergy, confirmed. Some baller-ass dwarfs, confirmed. Right now, Homebrew Dwarf is sitting there going, yeah, and he's sitting there at PAX East during the whole panels. I was looking literally at the back of his head, wearing his stupid Patriots jersey. But, hey, some people like the Patriots. I live in Florida. I don't really care. All right, so there's 2 main bosses to the entire Blackrock depths. The first one you're probably going to have to deal with is Ragnaros because, well, it's Ragnaros. It's going to be kind of weird being able to play Ragnaros against Ragnaros as a boss. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, but it could be funny. The other one is Nefarian, which probably means, ladies and gentlemen, Nefarian confirmed legendary. Most likely confirmed. Because, come on, he's a pretty fucking epic dragon. Any of you who ever did BWL, after they stabilized the servers once that went live, he was a challenge, hands down. All right, so we got that, 17 bosses. They only covered what 2 of the wings are going to be, the first 2, which is Blackrock Depths and Molten Core. Fine, I guess we'll deal with that. Which leads me to believe that probably 3 is going to be probably like Upper Blackrock Spire and so on and so on and so on. So that's that. We're only getting 1 more board as per usual. I was kind of hoping that they would take this opportunity to let their artistic flair shine. Did not happen. The board looks amazing. Unfortunately, I could not get a screen cap of that. I apologize. Well, I could. It's just going to look like crap. But let's just put it this way. Very Molten Core themed. We got to see what the 3 card backs look like. Quite amazing. Those are going to be popping up all over like Hearthpone, Hearthhead, and everywhere. All right, so definitely check those out. Definitely worth it. Now, pricing stayed the same. 25 bucks, get all 5 wings. I don't know if they're going to give us a free wing like they did with Curse and Naxxramas, so do not plan on this, ladies and gentlemen. You could actually start getting the pre-orders here in about 2 weeks. What this means is the game is coming out April. That's right. Adventure mode, Blackrock Mountain, April. Confirmed. Which is funny because back in February, I saw this rumor mill listing of possible things on there, and it even stated that, hey, April Blackrock Mountain Adventure Mode, which was one of the first clues that I got that this was going to be the next thing. And hey, look at that. Most of what I read on that list was true. The 2v2 that was listed on there apparently has not panned out so far. Haven't heard anything else back from that. All right. So dwarfs did not get a subtype. Sad face. But we got some pretty fucking amazing cards from them. Okay. Let me just blah, 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 blah. We're also going to have more fire-based. We're going to have more stuff, more dragons. Yes, dragons. Way more dragons. All right, so now we get to the portion of the video that everybody actually wants to see. The cards and the breakdown. Yeah, because nobody gives two shits about what I got to say other than that. So, without further ado, the Grim Patron. Holy shit. I looked at this card and was like, why does that look familiar? Because me and Nox actually designed something similar to this during Mechatork's workshop, but I think we ended up having to scrap it because we were too afraid of what it could lead to. Well, Blizzard, on the other hand, said, fuck no, we think it's a great idea. So there you go. Yeah, this is actually a pretty legit card. The only problem I see with this is in some later gameplays, you could do some amazing shit with this. I'm just thinking of possibilities with Priest right now off the top of my head, or with spare parts and wild pyromancers in this guy. Holy crap. You could literally fill a board very, very quickly. All right. But other than that, at 5 mana, it's really kind of punishing to get anything off of this. But it's kind of cool tech. It really is, you know. But 3/3, really easy to kill. So I would not expect too much out of this. But hey. All right. So the next one we have, the Hungry Dragon. I like this. I really like this for a couple reasons. One, it's a dragon. And who doesn't like dragons? 2, 4 mana for a 5/6. That is a huge power swing. But it comes with a drawback. Battlecry, summon a random 1-cost minion for your opponent. Now, a lot of you are probably going to say, oh, that's not that big of a drawback if you think about it. Oh, really? Yes and no. There are some 1-cost minions that are quite impactful in several circumstances. The only issue I have with this is it's going to be a little bit difficult to deal with for any class that is not mage. True fact. It's going to be difficult. But it's still amazing. 5/6. This was a point, attack defense stat that me and Nox keep looking at and kept thinking about. And, we've wanted to make something that actually had the stat line, but we had a very hard time justifying it because there was no example of it in the game. Well, congratulations. We now have an example of it in the game. And this also tells us that it should be a 5 mana thing because you're literally paying 1 mana over to your opponent so he can get this free minion. So, that's kind of a cool thing. I like it. All right. Next up we've got is the Dark Iron Skulker. Yes, because rogues needed more ways of clearing the fucking board. No, seriously, this is actually an amazing card for several reasons. 1, it's a dwarf, and he looks badass as fuck. 2, it's a 4/3. All right, so that's not all that great of a body. I mean, for 1 mana less, you can get a silence with the same body and all that. But here's the thing. You're getting a 2 damage AoE to all undamaged enemy minions. Undamaged enemy minions. Now, this is pretty common, where you'll actually have a board where there's, no damage minions. So you're going to get, a 2 damage AoE almost every single time. I kind of feel like this should be a combo, not so much a built-in battle cry, but hey, you know what? I'm glad to see it. This is definitely, aggro control at its finest. It is 5 mana. All right, it is 5 mana. But unlike Blade Fury, actually, let's do the Blade Fury. Blade Fury is only good if you, A, have a big-ass weapon on, or have already buffed up a weapon so you can clear the thing. Now, I can take care of all that smaller shit and save Blade Furies for late game. I think this guy will definitely make an appearance in the Oil Rogue decks that we're seeing currently now. And that deck is going to basically get a lot more tempo control oriented and be able to hold on to a lot of its tools for its late game plays. So that's going to be kind of cool. And holy shit, is that thing amazing. All right, now let's get on to Dragon Synergies. Now, I did say earlier there was going to be some Dragon Synergy before this ever came out because it made sense. Why not? You know, you have all these really cool dragons and they don't work together at all. They're missing these linking pieces and things of that nature. And we saw in GVG that you could make mech synergies and not have it be mech to the mech to the mech. Tinkertown Technician is a prime example of this. Goblin Blast Mage, another prime example of this, one that everybody hates. All right, so let's take a look at this. The Blackwing Technician. Yes, because, you know, even dragons have to hire goblins to do their dirty work. All right, Battle Cry. If you're holding a singular dragon, gain +1/+1. So congratulations. Long as you have a dragon in your hand, it can be a fucking fairy dragon, okay? You now get a 3-mana 3/5. So you're getting Senjin level stats without the taunt for 3 mana. That's wow. All right, it does tell your opponent, hey, you have dragons in your hand, so we might actually see some anti-dragon cards coming out soon. We may. We'll see. And that's, wow. I see this as probably getting on the same power level as Tinkertown Technician. Tinkertown Technician can survive simply because it's a 4/4 and is more impactful. But this here, though, it's another alternative that allows you to play dragons. And again, if there's more dragon synergy stuff coming out with this, then that's really going to change a lot of things. All right, so now we're going to get on to the last card we're going to show here, and it's Rend Blackhand. Holy shit, Rend. Holy shit. Okay, so 7 mana. It's an 8/4. Battlecry. If you're holding a dragon, destroy a legendary minion. Now, this is kind of interesting. It's literally a removal. It's a very tech-targeted removal that requires, you know, just to have a dragon. Now, obviously, the designers are feeling that dragons are going to be quite relevant. In current Hearthstone meta, the most relevant dragon, ironically, is the Azure Drake. So it's not without plausibility that this guy will see some value. And being able to use this on a Ragnaros, on Dr. Boom, on Ysera. Ysera is probably going to be like the #1 prime target for this guy, to be perfectly honest. Or even Malagos. These are possibilities. But, hey, look, it's 8 attack, which means it's big game hunter bait all day long. It's only got 4 life, which I kind of feel is a little bit of a really, really big downside because you can't just play this naked on the board. It's absolutely garbage. This has a very Hemet Nestingwary kind of feel to it. All right? Except for Nestingwary, it doesn't give a fuck about what you have in your hand. Just as long as you have a beast on the board, it'll kill it. This guy, kind of the same thing. If you have to play this guy naked, congratulations. You got an 8/4 that's going to die almost immediately. A mage looks at this and goes, oh, that was cute. So, yeah. This guy kind of really falls flat on his face when you consider Zoo or most aggro decks. But what's really, really hilarious about this is I wonder, since this isn't a targeting thing, because you'll notice there, it just says destroy a legendary minion. Kind of like Big Game Hunter says destroy a 7 costs. So it is possible that if you play this down and you have a dragon in your hand and you don't have, he might actually kill himself. That might be possible, like we saw with Vol'jin. If you had no target, Vol'jin actually just destroys himself. So that is possible that would happen. Or you might destroy your own legendary, but it doesn't say random. So what I'm wondering is if this will work on, say, like a Stealth Antinitis. I don't know. I'd have to see. Does this actually target to give you a choice? If it gives you a choice, then absolutely not. No, it won't. If it doesn't give you a choice, then, ooh, head tinnitus. That finicky Cloakfield is not going to save your ass, son. All right, so that's it for that. Holy shit. You know, the fact that this is coming out in April, huge fan. Now, what does this mean? Okay, well, I'm going to pretty much assume, I know, assuming is bad, pretty much going to assume that it's going to be about mid to late April before we get it. So they're already beating the clock on Chris and Axaramis. Yay. But it's going to be that. I think we're going to see some really interesting spells coming down from this. I can't wait to see everything else that's coming, though. There's definitely going to be a lot more. And one of the things that I was hoping to see, ironically enough, was some more impactful minions to board states. We're seeing that with the Rogue. If we could see any more stuff like that, it would be great. I am a little disappointed we're only getting a standard 5 and not more. I think Blizzard is missing a really big opportunity on that, you know. But I guess they want to, you know, just have people being able to play around with the cards for an extended period of time so they get more of a feel of it and get more, I don't know, comfortable with it so they can design better stuff. I can see that as a probability on that. So that's that. Now, the one thing you'll notice is they did not talk anything about nerfs, deck slots, yeah, or different play modes. I mean, in Eric Dodd's defense, he was having to literally push this huge thing in a small amount of time due to some mess ups and, you know, somebody doing the BSOD dance, which apparently is the Cabbage Patch, I'd like to point out. So yeah, he did get delayed on that, and he had to literally just blow through a lot of stuff and didn't really get a lot of time to focus on that. But hey, you know, more power to him. I think he did an amazing job. I love the shirt he was wearing. But yeah, dude, seriously, just from what we're seeing here, I showed you what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. 5 cards. And in all honesty, those 5 cards I could see playing quite nicely. Quite nicely. I think the Grim Guzzler is probably going to be the weakest of those because it's like, getting it to work properly is going to be a little bit of a stretch. But hey, we're getting more dwarfs in the game. That's something that we've needed in this game. And I'm really excited. I am actually really excited. I thought Curse and Axaramis, when that was being announced, that looked cool and all that. And I saw some of the cards. I'm like, yeah, that's okay, I guess. I mean, I see some possibilities. I look at this here and I go, wow, this is literally going to change a lot of stuff. And I'm liking it. So I can't wait to see the boss lineups. I can't wait to see the rest of the card sets. I think it's going to just be probably some of the most interesting daily experiences for the next month until this comes out. Because you know Blizzard, they're going to piecemeal us a little bit of information here, a little bit of information here. Hey, here's today's card. Hey, here's today's card. There's going to be leaks. There's going to be all this stuff. It's a coordinated effort, folks. It happens. All right? So it's just keep tuning in, keep reading the sites. You know, Hearthpwn probably going to have up-to-date stuff constantly on there. All the Facebook little fan pages end up getting stuff too. Don't forget to check out, you know, pretty much everything. I mean, Blizzard is not picky about where they put stuff out. They'll put it out to multiple sources. So, yeah. But generally, once it goes out to one, all the rest of them have it. So, stay dedicated to your favorite site. You'll probably be all right and informed. Anyway, wow. I can't wait to sit down and work some details out with Nox on this. This is going to be amazing. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy yourself, have fun, and my challenge to you is try to find ways to make where is he? Where is he? Where is he? To make the Grim Patron flood the board in one turn. If you can do that, more power to you. Till next time, though, have yourself a wonderful weekend.